Welcome. We'll get started in just a minute. I appreciate you joining. I'm a little surprised to have somebody on YouTube. It's not really my primary platform, and this video doesn't really come across that great. I'm not sure why. I guess it's the camera. We're going to get started here in just a couple of minutes, and if you have any questions, feel free to enter them if you're not real comfortable doing that in a public forum. Oh man, welcome Amate and Chaos. Really appreciate people jumping in really quick here. A little surprised at how well things are picking up. Mr. Turley, appreciate you coming by. And I don't want to start too early because people do try to jump in and join these based on the schedule of 5 p.m. on Fridays, which I'm trying to stick to. I'll probably miss a couple of them, but it's really great to have Famous on board. Appreciate it. Really nice to have so many people joining and watching my videos. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you joining. It's good to have you here. Welcome to the Get Fit and Be Lean livecast. I started the Get Fit and Be Lean program January 1st, but I've been working on it for a lot longer than that, just trying to devise kind of the best approach. And I really want to welcome everybody from TikTok, as well as it looks like I had a viewer come in on YouTube as well. And I really appreciate having all the people come and attend. And today I'm going to talk about obesity and hypertension. And the reason that I picked obesity and hypertension was because of some comments that came up on an earlier video that I posted that really kind of demonstrated a complete lack of understanding of the anatomy and physiology involved in hypertension and its relationship to obesity. Now, I've put a couple links in my, let me see, I don't know if that's the right side. Anyway, on my profile to the PubMed articles that can tell you a little bit about obesity and hypertension and its relationship and why they are related. I want to make it clear to everyone, obesity causes hypertension, okay? And it does that through a couple of different mechanisms in its effect on the retention of salt by the kidneys, as well as a direct effect on the elasticity of the arterioles. Hypertension is frequently called the silent killer because you can have a blood pressure 150, 180 over 100 or 110 and have no idea that you're sick. In fact, for people that chronically have hypertension, frequently correcting that hypertension makes them feel bad. And it takes a while for them to readjust. Thank you, Yvonne from Pennsylvania. Really good to have you guys from Buttered Cookie Land. And boy, your all's names really throw me off. But anyway, welcome KK and Joe Ship. Really appreciate everybody coming in. So obesity is something that is defined by body fat percentage. And where we see a body fat percentage that starts to really cause increases in blood pressure that indicate hypertension, 130, 140 systolic, is about 20%. And seeing as I've lost about 20% of my body weight since January 1st and cured my hypertension, I had a systolic blood pressure of 130, and now it's 105. Telosartan is a medication. I'm not going to get into medical treatment for hypertension. Definitely something you need to talk to your doctor about. I'm talking about the relationship between obesity and hypertension. And I want you to understand that just like insulin resistance, just like diabetes, it is impossible to overstress the reality that for many people, if they can treat, effectively address, eliminate their obesity, they can cure their hypertension. It goes away. They need no medical treatment. They don't need to worry about it anymore. And so as I've published these workouts and published this diet that I've been pursuing, I don't really like to call it a diet. A diet is something that you have, not something you're on. And welcome on your congratulations on your weight loss. And I really appreciate everybody sharing their successes, because it's really important to carry a message of success. You can address your obesity. You don't have to pay thousands or tens of thousands of dollars for surgery or spend a lot of money on dangerous medications. Simple calisthenics, regular portion control, and a stress in a vegetable heavy diet that works on lean protein. These things can cure hypertension through addressing obesity. Now, some people are skinny but are still hypertensive, and hypertension is a very complex physiologic interplay between the kidneys and the arterioles and the heart. And I don't want to pretend like addressing obesity is going to cure hypertension for everyone. Welcome, KK. Thanks for the likes. I really appreciate it. It makes a big difference if we get involvement. So yes, I am working out. I am eating healthier overall, and I'm using butter. I use butter on pretty much everything. I don't use any margarine. Fats, I get fat and bacon and red meat and through avocados and all kinds of oils. And that's why I stress on this diet. It is not a question of deprivation. I don't eliminate any food groups, because I just don't think that's sustainable. I think people are going to eat what they like. And so if we can start by increasing things that they can eat instead of taking stuff away, and say, try to get yourself 2 servings of fresh vegetables at lunch and 2 servings at dinner, we can increase the bulk of the total intake to where people are more satisfied. They don't feel hungry. And that allows them to kind of maintain some consistency with the occasional gift, or, whatever you want to call it. I don't like the idea of cheat days. I'm not cheating on anything, but I do like the idea of eating what I want. I'm a person who loves food. If you look at my meal videos on my profile, if you go through the recipes, that you see me kind of prepare. I haven't really published any yet. If you look at the restaurants I go to, you see that I'm not a person who deprives themselves of good food. So, carrots are a great source of starch and have a lot of fiber in them. I agree with that. I use lemon juice. I was just using it on the salad that I prepared. You can see the video. It was really good pear salad that I had. But as far as frozen, canned, or fresh vegetables, the most important thing is to get the vegetables. Now, typically, I do eat fresh vegetables, and I recommend that, because some of this stuff, it's kind of hard. If you can it or prepare it, it's not as tasty. But it's definitely better to get the vegetables. And when I talk about vegetables, I'm talking about leafy, green, grow above the ground. It's not uncommon when I ask a patient, and I talk about getting 2 servings at lunch and 2 servings a day, I say, what's a vegetable? And they'll typically say lettuce is a vegetable, and that's correct. And then they either say carrots or tomatoes. And in the aspect in which I'm talking about it, no, a tomato is a berry. It's a storage organ for the plant. It's for reproduction. A carrot is a starch storage organ for the plant. I'm talking about leafy green vegetables that grow above the ground. And if you can only name 1 or maybe 2, what are the likelihoods you're going to be able to get 2 different servings at lunch and dinner? And so it's important to remember that it's not just lettuce. It's not even just lettuce and spinach. It's kale. It's asparagus. It's celery. It's, what do we got? We got arugula. You've got fennel. You've got all kinds of different vegetables that grow leafy green above the ground, the energy organ for the plant. And that way you don't have to worry about taking any expensive chlorophyll drops. You get your chlorophyll in plants. You get it in cabbage. You get it in asparagus. You get it in things that grow above the ground and are green. And So by addressing obesity, which is intrinsically tied to hypertension, we can address hypertension without any medical treatment. I haven't taken any medications. My blood pressure is down 20 milligrams, 20 millimeters of mercury. And this, in the long run, really decreases your overall risk of cardiovascular disease. And I want you to understand that I'm not targeting cardiovascular disease with this program. I'm trying to drop some pounds. I'm trying to get in shape. I'm not interested in living forever. Ranch dressing, have a serving of ranch dressing with your vegetables if you want. It's not going to disrupt your physiology. I have really switched over when it comes to dressing to the Bolthouse yogurt-based blue cheese and ranch, and I really think that helps decrease your overall fat intake, and in general, when I get fat, I want it to be the fat that I'm trying to get, because I like to eat steak and hamburger and those kind of things. Bacon, I eat bacon now. I used to eat a lot more than I do now. I probably don't eat it more than once or twice a week. So the questions about weight loss, I would encourage you to go, Bolthouse is the blue cheese dressing. I would encourage you to go through my videos. I got videos tracing back to January 1st. They follow every step of this program. I've put every meal that I've eaten pretty much on the internet. I've put every exercise that I've done on the internet. And I've lost over 50 pounds. I've dropped my cholesterol by more than 20 points. So eating at McDonald's, you want to go to McDonald's, go to McDonald's. Just don't eat there every meal and order the Baconator or whatever they got there. I don't eat at McDonald's just because I don't like fast food. And so it's easier for me not having to give that up. Okay. Really, my whole dietary approach in the last 10 months has involved things that I have started eating that I was not eating before. I really haven't eliminated anything, but what I've done is I've added avocados. I eat a lot more avocados now than I do, and I like avocados, so it's easy. I eat a lot more spinach. I've done kind of this pear arugula salad that I posted earlier this week. It's really good. And so to me, it's almost like I'm giving myself a wider variety of dietary choices. And so what that's allowed me to do is PCOS comes up every single live. I have a whole live on it. It's posted on the YouTube channel. I would recommend you check it out. I would recommend weight loss and physical activity. And that's what I recommend for approaching hypertension. It should be a first-line treatment for hypertension, high cholesterol, insulin resistance. The first-line treatment should be a dietary approach that will help you limit those diseases, decrease your total calorie intake, increase your activity level. Now, it's really subtle and it's really a difficult to understand thing, but the fact is, when you decrease your calorie intake, when you increase your physiologic output, suddenly your body starts making changes, okay? And it makes changes that are not supporting your decision to lose weight or change your lifestyle, okay? Your fat cells that get smaller are sending signals to your stomach saying it's not full when the stretch receptors should be activated and say it's full. They're sending signals to your brain saying you're hungry when you're really not hungry and you really don't need any food. Your overall physiology, your calorie expenditure decreases in response to activity and physical fitness, in response to weight loss. And so it becomes a more difficult struggle. And you can look at this on my own curve that I do post. I did a weigh-in today. You can look at that video. It's pinned on my profile. And, you can see the curve flattens out. I mean, I was, averaging a pound and a half, 2 pounds, maybe more early in the program. Now it's more like, the average is down to 1.3 and I'm dropping maybe 0.4 pounds a week on a good week. And so this is the response to your body's physiology changing to try and conserve calories. And this is what's so frustrating from so many people is, I could eat the exact same thing today that I ate 6 months ago, and I'm more likely to gain weight at the end of the week because my caloric requirements have decreased, even though, man, I worked out like crazy today. I did my whole set of calisthenics twice. I went for a walk that was like 45 minutes long. I doubled my exercises today in celebration of my 70,000 followers here on TikTok because I'm just kind of blown away. I really never expected it to go that far. But I've got a couple of videos that have gotten millions of views, and it's been really exciting to have everybody join in. And I've tried to be a part of the community to promote other creators, to reach out to the creators with comments and likes, because the comments and likes are really what the algorithm triggers on to help kind of, promote things. So I chose TikTok on purpose because it was a newer medium, because it didn't kind of have that baggage of abusive environments that some of the other social medias have, that we now learn they actually promote because it increases interaction. And the way to fight that is with the kind of TikTok attitude, which is to glow people up, to really tell them how great they're doing, to comment on their videos, to view their videos all the way through. And this is what promotes the positive environment. So as far as obesity is typically measured based on the body mass index. And, it's unfortunate that this has become kind of a target of villainization by body positive people that really kind of flies in the face of its use as a scientific tool for measurement. If you want to look at mortality from COVID-19, there's a linear relationship with body mass index. How can you say it doesn't matter when that's really important? When you look at hypertension, there is a clear mathematical relationship between body mass index and hypertension. So I'm not trying to fat shame anybody. I don't think it's necessary. I, was fat before I lost 20% of my body weight. And I don't think that it's a human characteristic or a person. I think fat is a tissue, but it is a tissue that comes with some detriment as it increases beyond the bounds that we are designed to carry. And we're designed to carry fat. We're designed to store fat. We're designed to build fat in times of excess. The problem is there are no times now that are outside of excess. And so we get this distorted view of what kind of portions we need to take, and we get a impact on our overall physiology that is very difficult to reverse. I'm pushing 60. I couldn't even tie my shoes. I got short of breath. My heart rate was irregular, and my resting heart rate was up in the 90s. But I have been able to reverse all of that stuff with simple calisthenics, portion control, and a wide, varied diet. I am not your spiritual guide, so you'll have to consult another creator about that. But I really want to ensure that everybody understands there is a direct relationship with hypertension. It's caused by obesity in many people. Now, it's possible to be obese, even morbidly obese, and not be hypertensive. But it's important to understand that that is one of the known complications of increasing obesity. So this started because of some very unusual comments I got on one of my posts about a fellow who felt like the high blood pressure on one side of his body was because of the function of one of his kidneys. And that's not true. That's an anatomical disruption with the flow out to the arm. If you had a central venous or arterial catheter, you could measure that stuff. The kidneys can cause hypertension, but they are not the most common cause of hypertension. Most hypertension is what we call primary hypertension, which is we don't really know what different factors are going in to cause it. But obesity increases your risk. So Let's address obesity with the Get Fit and Be Lean program. Please follow my TikTok account. Please like my videos so they get boosted out there to everybody who needs to see them. And stitch or duet one of your workouts with mine. I hope you'll look at my meal videos and recognize that I'm not recommending some kind of monasterial elimination of all tasty foods. I like food. I eat food. I'm going to continue to eat food. And I hope that the food that I eat continues to make me healthier and stronger. And I'm going to show you how that happens on my workout videos. So come on by and check it out. Thank you so much, everybody, for visiting. I really appreciate all the likes and the comments. And if you have any questions, please go to my profile. I have a Q&A tab. Good job on lowering your blood pressure. I did the same thing.